Good evening and welcome to East Los Angeles College Husky football on SportsNetUSA.net. I am Matt Rogers coming to you live from Winegart Stadium on the campus of East Los Angeles College. Joining me today, Cerwin Haynes.
Yep, Sports Information Director for East LA College. And this game does not get bigger, not just for this season, but for the overall scope of the program of Huskies football. When tonight, coupled with a loss by either Allen Hancock or College of the Canyons, will give the Huskies the first ever National Northern League Conference title today.
So all six teams in the conference coming into today tied at 2-2. So yeah, it's an absolutely big game. And for ELAC, they're coming in second game in a row without starting quarterback Terrence Gibson, which is a huge loss to the team. He's accounted for 31 total touchdowns on the season. What are they going to do today?
Well, I tell you what, Gibson is a unique athlete. He can throw it, he can run it. He's an electric athlete, electric quarterback. But I'm going to tell you something. Frank Alvarez came in and did the job last week. And you also have to credit offensive coordinator Dwan Drummer for tailoring the Husky attack around the abilities of Frank Alvarez. You know, he show a lot of short passing. He was able to get the ball into the hands of his playmakers, his wide receivers and running backs, get the ball short passing into space, and let his playmakers do their thing. So, and Alvarez is not the fleetest of foot, but he can, you know, he's not immobile either. You know, you think he's going to just stay back there. He can actually sneak for a few yards, get your 4 or 5 yards on a run. So one of the things to look at is the Husky being able to continue playing that ball control offense that they did so well last week against Bakersfield.
So ELAC won the toss. They elected to defer. There's the kickoff, and the ball is taken down around the 20-yard line. Gain of about 4 yards there.
You can see here. I think that was 88.
That was Kevin Tate.
Okay.
Kevin Tate, number 2. So,
all right. So Ventura will start with the ball at their 24.
Ventura will take over first and 10 from their own 24-yard line.
So Ventura comes in. They haven't had a steady quarterback so far this year. Samuel Marquez has been their quarterback the last 3 games and has looked pretty good doing so. There's the snap, a handoff up the middle. Big gain up across the 35 to the 40-yard line. Taken down there is a number 3, Jesse Valenzuela.
Vincent Parra here, you know, on the tail end of the tackle there. Good run, and that's something you got to look for. The Huskies were able to short it up last week, but during the season they have had problems with the run.
So Ventura comes in with dual running backs, J.Q. Brown and Jesse Valenzuela, both averaging about 50 yards per game on the ground. There's a pass up across midfield, taken down about the 47-yard line. That was Tim Greer with the reception, his first reception of the game.
J.J. McDaniel put the finishing lick on that. But now 2 good plays by Ventura, and now they're already across midfield.
So Ventura looking to strike quickly as we start this game. 2 big plays. Chris Reeves in motion. There's the handoff up the middle. Another nice hole. A pickup of about 4, looks like.
I see what's at the bottom of the just at the bottom there, that tussle there. It looks like it might have been.
That was Valenzuela again.
Is that Cam Robinson? Might be Cam Robinson on the tackle. But 2nd and 6 now.
Marquez in the shotgun. He's got Valenzuela to his left. Drops back to pass. He's looking deep. And good coverage there. Almost pulled down.
Jalen Martin, good coverage on that. Huskies, for the most part for the season, have played well with pass defense. Many of their games they've allowed maybe 50%, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, about 50% completion rate to opposing quarterbacks. So Huskies have had some good pass defense for the most part this season. 3rd and 6 now. The Husky 43.
Marquez takes the snap, drops back to pass. Once again going deep, and that pass is defensed again. That's going to bring up a 4th down.
Jalen Martin again got his head. That's what you like to see as a defensive back. You got to turn your head to see when that ball is coming so you can make your move to deflect the pass away. A lot of times when defensive backs, they get caught up, particularly on PI calls, as they run into the receiver, not looking back for the ball. Well, Martin there, he looked back, made the adjustment, and was able to knock that ball away. And here we go. Ventura's going for it here on 4th down. Oh, never mind.
No, they're going to punt it.
My bad.
And that ball bounces around the 10 and is going to be downed right there at the 10-yard line. So we're going to get our first look at the Husky offense led by Frank Alvarez. As we were saying earlier, Frank Alvarez filling in last week, threw for 296 yards and a couple of touchdowns. He did have a couple of interceptions, but really led this offense to a big 27-10 victory over Bakersfield last week.
Again, what they were able to do with him, with Frank Alvarez, is construct an offense of ball control. Huskies were able to run the ball well last week, and that kept Alvarez out of many 3rd and long situations. So it kept them able to deploy a short passing game whenever they wanted.
There's the first snap and a handoff up the middle. Going to go for about 4 yards. That was Josiah Sheffield with the carry. So that's going to bring up a 2nd and about 6 yards. 3 wide receiver set. There's the snap, turn and handoff. It's Sheffield again. And not much there. I don't think he got anything. That's going to bring up a 3rd and 6.
Huskies are missing a couple of running backs that in their rotation that are out. I'll tell you right now, one is Jake Honstetter. See him tonight, but he was out last week. And the other one was Maury Rams, number 30. Rams actually hurt in last week's game.
So yeah, we are going to see a little bit of Jake Honstetter today, coming back after missing a couple of games. But it looks like it's going to be Sheffield at least starting this game. Drop back to pass by Alvarez, and nobody there. That's going to bring up a 4th down and a quick 3 and out for the Husky offense.
Yeah, that pass might have been pressured a little bit, but that pass definitely wasn't close to being completed to anyone. So Huskies down a little danger now because they got a punt from kind of sort of deep in their own territory here. So Ventura, you're looking at getting really good field position.
Daniel Barella is going to take this snap standing on his own 1-yard line. So definitely going to be good field position for Ventura coming up here. Gets the punt away. That's going to bounce around the 46, and it takes a good bounce, but then picked up. And a nice hole across the 30 to the 25, down to the 20. Still going down to the 13-yard line. That was Jesse Valenzuela. Valenzuela already has 1 punt return for a touchdown this year and came close to making a 2nd. And Ventura is going to set up in great field position.
Yeah, it was an excellent return by Ventura. I mean, actually, the punt was actually pretty good because it was a dribbler, hit the 50 and dribbled to the 45, and you got to give the credit to the punt returner. He picked it up, he saw his lane, he cut, he bursted. So now Ventura has excellent field position, setting up out the 13 here.
Marquez set up in the shotgun. Chris Reeves in motion. There's the turn and a handoff up the middle across the 10 to about the 7-yard line.
See number 12, Jonathan Perkins, was trying to sniff that one out, but the runner cut right inside of him as he was rushing into the backfield.
Far on the Husky tackle.
So 2nd and 5.
3 wide reset for Ventura. 2nd down and 6. Marquez takes a snap. He's going to drop back and pass.
That one's high.
A little bit too high there.
Like,
Looking for
Andrew Lewis on the coverage.
Looking for Kevin Tate, but Tate was not able to get up and get that one. That's going to bring up 3rd down. This would be a huge stop if ELAC can force a field goal right here.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely would take the 3 points if you can hold them here, given where you had to start.
Ventura setting up with 4 wide receivers, a man in the backfield. 3 wide to the right, 1 to the left. Marquez in the shotgun. He takes the snap. And there's the
sniffed
handoff.
that out.
And there was nowhere to go.
Perkins got that one that time. He sniffed that out perfectly.
A loss of, looks like 6 yards there.
I'm actually a little surprised that they had a play action. Oh, there's a flag on the play. Oh, boy. Dead ball foul. We just hope that it's not against the defense here. You don't want to see a penalty after such a terrific stop.
Absolutely. That could be deflating.
Also, first flag of the game. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike on the defense.
That's going to be
that's
going to be a first down.
First and goals.
And that is one thing that has killed the Huskies this year is the penalties.
Okay, well, not half the distance, but still first and goal. Yeah, I mean, you just can't. And you got to just understand the situation that you're in. You got to stop. You got to stop. You just got to just get off the field and then, especially on a 3rd down. I mean, you get the big stop. You just got to leave it at that. You have to keep your head in the game.
So ELAC going to take a timeout. Huskies averaging 14 penalties for 137 yards per game. Just have been devastated by penalties this year, and that was a huge one there after a big 3rd down stop.
Interestingly enough, last week's game, a lot of the penalties the Huskies incurred was after the game was pretty much decided. That doesn't make it any any more encouraging. It's just that it was as a point where penalties couldn't hurt them because the game was pretty much decided. But yeah, again here, that's a hard one to take. Coach Gudino is got to be livid. Now you look at getting off the field with at least maybe only giving up 3. Now you got to stop it for 4 more downs here. The only saving grace maybe, as you could say, is half the distance instead of a flat 15 yards.
Right. So 1st down from the 8-yard line. 4 wide set, 1 man in the backfield along with Marquez. Marquez going to take the snap and drop back. He's looking into the end zone and unable to connect with his man.
Like Ray Walters, the 3rd, was one close by on coverage.
He was looking for Jesse Valenzuela out of the backfield there, unable to hit him.
It's a 2nd and goal now from the 8.
Marquez in the shotgun. He's got Jesse Valenzuela to his right.
Pitch.
Man in motion. Chris Reeves takes that
good
little shovel pass and a great tackle. And there is no gain on the play.
There's Jonathan Perkins. Good job on not just tackling him from behind, but not making it a horse collar tackle as well. So, good job there.
That's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Yeah,
and once again, a huge play for the defense.
Yeah, you got to watch for play action here. But Huskies, so far, they played the pass pretty well. So, just got to be heads up.
Once again, Reeves in motion. Marquez takes a snap. looking for Reeves in the end zone, and he's got him. Touchdown Ventura. Chris Reeves, his 4th touchdown of the year from Samuel Marquez. And Ventura strikes first in this game.
Yeah, Ray Walter. It looks like maybe the Huskies might have got fooled a little bit on that one. Walters let Ventura pass catcher inside of him just enough time, just enough space to be able to catch that ball. And that's the only problem with having so many downs, having played so close to the goal line, is that in that instance, as the extra point is good, it only takes one completed pass.
Yeah, it's after that punt return, Ventura took over on the 13-yard line, and you're asking a lot from this defense to keep them out of the end zone, especially when you give them a free first down after stopping them on 3rd down earlier. There's only so much the defense can do.
So best thing to do is just shake that one off. Understand that, hey, your lack of discipline basically cost you 7 points. Use it as a learning tool, and move forward from here. Basically, you only gave up one completion in 2 series. I think overall, if you ignore the score for a second, you would take that defensively.
And this is we're early in this game. We're not even 6 minutes into this game. These are 2 teams that both average around 30 points per game this season. Like you said, you got to take your lump and keep moving.
Yeah, we can hear assistant coaches in the coaching booth next to us yelling, "No more dumb penalties!" If there is one game where you need the Huskies to keep their complete focus, it is this game.
There's the kickoff, and they're just going to down it, touchback, and the offense is going to come back out. And they're definitely going to need to put something more together than what we saw last time with that 3 and out. Let's see if Frank Alvarez is able to answer back and get the offense going.
Now, if you're Ventura, you're thinking, hey, if we can stuff the run, then we make Alvarez have to try and beat us with his arm, particularly on a 3rd and long. Again, the Huskies were pretty good last week about keeping out of 3rd and long situations and giving Alvarez as many options as possible. So we'll see how the Huskies manage this series.
Alvarez fakes the handoff. He passes that one out to his left. It's going to be a pickup of about 3.
Alvarez passes to Zaldivar.
Rene Zaldivar with the catch. Pickup of about 5. It's going to set up a 2nd down and 5. Josiah Sheffield still the back right now. 4 wide receivers, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Alvarez takes the snap, fakes the handoff, gets that one out to Bridges. Bridges is out across the 35 for a first down to the 37-yard line. That's going to be the first down of the game for the Huskies.
And again, short pass out to the flat, couple passes out to the flat on that series there, getting the ball into the hands of your playmakers, give them a little space.
And if nothing more, even if they don't come down and score on this drive, as the handoff goes to Sheffield, and he's not going to get anywhere with that. Even if they don't come away with points on this drive, they needed to at least get a first down. They needed to give their defense, a little bit of a break there.
Yes, the defense had been on the field for quite a while, particularly backed up deep in there. And give them a breather. So now you got 2nd and long, and it's interesting to see what the Huskies going to do here. There are going to be times where Alvarez is going to have to make some throws. Threatening, not just throws out to the flat, but threatening throws downfield. Now, he did do some of that last week, but again, he's going to have to do that in this game here.
Sheffield in motion. Alvarez drops back. He's got to hit Sheffield out in the flat, out across the 40-yard line to about the 42.
Or you could do that.
A good 7-yard pickup is going to set up a 3rd down and 5, 3rd down and manageable.
So we'll check some scores here because obviously certain things need to happen. So 4th quarter, Now, out in Bakersfield and Allen Hancock, the visitors have a 13-7 lead on Bakersfield. Allen Hancock is one of the two teams the Huskies, one or of the two teams that the Huskies need to lose tonight, as that pass was tipped.
Almost intercepted. That was Drew Carter almost getting the pick on that.
First quarter, 8:18 left in the Long Beach at Canyon as the Vikings trail the Cougars 7-3. So again, either Canyons or Allen Hancock have to lose for the Huskies to have a shot at the conference title.
And the Huskies need to take care of business themselves.
Oh, absolutely.
Quincy Ivory comes in to punt on 4th down and 5. And the dangerous Valenzuela back deep to receive and almost got to that ball. Valenzuela's going to call for a fair catch and take it about the 26-yard line. And the Ventura offense is going to come back out onto the field. So we've not seen a lot of offense so far. 7-0 Ventura leads this game. 6 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
No, it's just been basically a good punt return and just a
big penalty.
Big bullheaded penalty that could have gotten the defense off the field without giving up 7.
Samuel Marquez going to set up in the shotgun. He's got Jesse Valenzuela in the backfield with him. 2 wide receivers to both sides. There's the handoff to Valenzuela. And not much there. He keeps pushing, maybe about 3 yards on the carry.
Well, Huskies saying that they might have recovered a fumble, but the refs are saying the ball is down.
That's going to bring up a 2nd down and 7.
He was ruled down, but you know, one of those risks if you keep twisting and turning while you're within the arms and grasp of the defenders.
Both these defenses are good at poking the ball out. Both of them have a lot of fumble recoveries this year, a lot of forced fumbles. But that was not one of them.
No. Only a 3-yard gain.
There's another handoff to Valenzuela. He's going to get out across the 40 to the 45 to the 50, 45-40. They're not going to catch him. 20-10. Jesse Valenzuela. 70 yards, 72-yard run for Jesse Valenzuela.
And, you know, he had an excellent cutback. He actually started off by running to the left, and Vincent Parra was right there. So he cut back quickly to the right. And he just found the lane, opening, and he has really good speed. And again, one of the bugaboos of the Huskies defense has been the run defense from time to time. And we just saw that there. It came back to bite them.
High snap on the extra point, but he gets it through.
But there's a couple of flags, 3 flags down.
There is a penalty on the field.
Let's see what that penalty is. Ventura's heading off the field. Both teams heading off the field, so I'm guessing that was against the defense. And it'll be declined.
All right, offsides. Oh, legal substitution.
So that's going to make it 14-0. Ventura with the early lead, and it has been the Jesse Valenzuela show. Jesse Valenzuela with that big punt return set up the first touchdown drive from the 13-yard line, and then a 72-yard run by Jesse Valenzuela to make it 14-0.
You definitely don't want one man to beat you, particularly in a game that's going to be considering to be tight. And you don't want to get down too far behind in a game like this, not just for morale reasons. The Huskies have a large contingent of freshmen on the team. But again, you don't have that electricity behind quarterback right now because Gibson's out. So you have a guy in Frank Alvarez as kickoff is fielded by Is that Kalani Washington? Yep, Kalani Washington cuts outside, almost tackled, avoids a tackle, gets gang tackled at the 20. Where the Huskies will set up shop.
Going to bring up first down on the 20-yard line, and you know, I hate to say this is a must drive with 5 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter, but the Huskies need to get something going right here. They need to put some points on the board.
Take over their drive from the 20-yard line.
And again, you're gonna need Frank Alvarez. Is maybe the type of game Frank Alvarez will need to throw some serious darts. He hasn't been able to. He's been able to connect on the passes out to the flats, but he hasn't been able to hit one downfield just yet. Haven't thrown that many yet. I suspect he might have to do so here.
There's the snap and the handoff, and that's Honstetter. First game, missed the last 2 games. His first game back, he picks up about
5.
About 5 on that play. Going to set up a second down and 5.
Maybe they could give him a little bit over 5. Honstetter, a good north-south runner. So someone who can hit a hole and go hard and burst straight through the hole. He's a guy that you want running the ball.
There's another handoff. There's going to be a flag
Honstetter
in the area
again.
of holding. Honstetter picked up 2. Let's see what the flag is for. And it is going to be a hold on the Huskies. Going to push them back and set up a second down and 15. Now, once again, penalties hurting the Huskies.
Well, you know, sometimes it's tough on a holding call to see what happened. But yeah, I mean, to go from 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4 to 2nd and 14, that's tough. Especially again, you got Alvarez back there, who doesn't have the same type of foot speed and electricity in terms of being athleticism as Gibson does. But let's see what he does.
There's a snap, drop back, and a pass out across the middle to Tyson Schilling, and Schilling got laid out.
But there's flags all over the place here. Maybe
Schilling a little slow to get up, but he's back up on his feet, and that was.
Maybe we're going to say they were headhunting there.
I think that's what it is. I think everyone with a striped shirt is sans yellow flag right now. Every single one of them threw a flag on that.
Personal foul. Hit to the head. Defense.
That's going to be 15 yards for targeting and a first down for the Huskies.
You know, obviously you're happy to take the penalty there if you're the Huskies. But, I mean, that was a little bit of a tough one because Tyson Schilling was kind of crouching a bit when he caught the ball. But, again, you got to protect the players' heads in times like these. You got to protect against head injuries. So, even though it was a tough one, you know, obviously Ventura wasn't trying to purposely headhunt. But, you know, if you're the refs, you got to send a message.
Absolutely.
Keep it below the shoulders.
So it's first down for the Huskies. Alvarez with the handoff to Honstetter.
Sneaks through for maybe about 2.5.
And at some point, we're going to have to see Alvarez air it out just a little bit. Every one of his passes has been out into the flat. So in order to get this offense going, we're going to have to see something from Alvarez, maybe open it up just a little bit more. It's going to bring up a second down and 8. Honstetter still in the backfield, 4 wide, 3 to the right, 1 to the left. Alvarez takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and now he's going for it. And that pass is beautiful.
Oh, are they talking about it? Yep, they completed pass, first down.
Big first down.
Was that Jalen Moore on the reception?
Is that who that was? Yeah, Jalen Moore.
Nice sideline catch. Good placement of the ball, too, by Alvarez.
Dropped it right into him.
Yes, he did.
So for the first time today, the Huskies have crossed midfield. They are on the 44-yard line of Ventura. Alvarez takes the snap. He's going to drop back to pass, and he's looking downfield again. He's got a man. Was he able to get his foot down?
Catch! That's Kalani Washington. Complete at the
28-yard line. Just barely able to get a toe down.
Started, looks like he broke his root, started coming to the near sideline and had enough space to give Alvarez the window to flick it to him.
Alvarez starting to show a little more confidence in his arm, has gone downfield 2 times in a row. And this Husky offense is moving.
Which is what you need to see. Alvarez needs to give this defense something to think about.
There's the snap. And Alvarez is going to try and run with it, but not able to get out of the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 4.
Tackled in the backfield by Carter.
Looks like that number was 38 for Ventura.
It was number 36, Drew Carter.
Okay. Yeah, good tackle there. And that was just good penetration on his part. He was able to get to Alvarez before Alvarez made his next. He made one cut, but wasn't able to make the next cut to kind of get the space he needed. Had a lineman around him, so now 2nd and 15.
Alvarez once again getting pressured, scrambling in the backfield, able to get back close to the line of scrimmage, but looks like he lost maybe a yard.
And this is one of the liabilities of not having Frank Gibson back there, because now if that was Gibson, it would have been a better chance of him breaking through with his speed. And he could have bursted one up the middle. He's good for bursting, breaking out a 25, 30, 40, 50-yard run that can tilt the dimensions of the field, but also tilt the change the inflection of the game in one play. So Alvarez doesn't quite have that speed. So he's going to have to now do it with his arm, 3rd and 15.
Alvarez drops back to pass. Once again, he's going to go up the middle, across the 30 to the 25. He slides down to about the 24-yard line. Not going to be enough for a first down.
But you do introduce a couple of options here. For one, you're deep enough where you can make an argument to go for it on 4th down. You may even be close enough to give it for a field goal kick.
Would be a 42-yard field goal from here. Place kicker Ethan Rodriguez, his longest field goal of the year is 36, and it looks like the Huskies offense is going to stay out there and go for this on 4th down. They're 9 of 20 on 4th down this year. So here we go, huge 4th down for the Huskies. Alvarez drops back to pass, gets this one away, and it falls incomplete.
He's looking for Kalani Washington. Looks like it was James Tuyemi on the coverage. Pass was a little high.
So turnover on downs, going to give the ball back to Ventura.
Bakersfield has the ball down 6, but looks like late as shovel pass incomplete. Like Hancock was playing prevent defense, try to get time on that game.
So Samuel Marquez is going to take over 25-yard line for Ventura. There's the handoff to Valenzuela, who's just been all over the place today, but he's not going anywhere on that carry. Pickup of 2 for Valenzuela, going to set up a 2nd down and 8.
So the official is 3:33 left. Bakersfield down 13-7. Looks like there's a roughing and a punter call. Canyons is currently up 7-3 with 5 minutes left in the first quarter over Long Beach City College.
Both of those scores not what the Huskies want to see.
Nope, and I think the Bakersfield is gone. Bakersfield Hancock's gone final. So one of the 2 teams the Huskies did not need to win. Hancock looks like they won their game.
So we've reached the end of the first quarter here with the score 14-0 Ventura.
The snack bar is open. Brought to you by ELAC Puente Group, located outside gate.
And so
It is a final in Bakersfield. Allen Hancock 13. Bakersfield, Allen Hancock Bulldogs 13. Bakersfield Renegades 7. So Hancock won. So the Huskies now need Long Beach to defeat College of the Canyons.
So one piece of the puzzle is in.
And Canyons is up on Long Beach, 4:35 left in the first quarter. Thank you, Albert. Of course, none of that matters any if the Huskies can't win today. And they're down 14-0 here to Ventura.
Absolutely. There's going to need to be a huge shift here in the second quarter because that first quarter was all Ventura.
Particularly all the Ventura running back, really.
Jesse Valenzuela, absolutely. Marquez set to take the snap to start the second quarter. Marquez drops back to pass. And he's got Valenzuela, who else? Out across the 40-yard line to the 42, and another first down for Ventura.
He was open out of the flat. Looks like running up the far sideline. Good pass to under pressure, too.
Valenzuela giving the Huskies fits today. First down on the 42-yard line of Ventura. Marquez takes a snap, going to give it to Valenzuela. He bounces off a tackle out to the right across the 45 to about the 47-yard line. Even when they seem like they've got Valenzuela wrapped up, he finds a way to bounce out of it. Pickup of 6 there, going to set up a second down and 4.
End of first quarter, Canyons up on Long Beach. Home Cougars up on the Vikings 7-3.
Long Beach is losing to Canyon 7-3 after 1.
Second down and 5. Marquez drops back to pass. He's got a man out in the flat. That was number 13, Jerron Glenn. Out across midfield to the 45-yard line, a first down for Ventura.
Ventura first down on play.
First down and 10 from the 45-yard line. Marquez in the shotgun. He's got Valenzuela back there with him. And it looks like there was movement. That's going to be a false start penalty on Ventura. Going to back him up 5 yards. Setting up a first down and 15.
Small break there for the Huskies. They gotta stop the bleeding here and give their offense a chance to. Well, they did wake up a little bit. You're in a situation where it was a little too far out for a field goal, but it's a tough play for fourth and long. Just couldn't get the completion. So defense needs to stand up and do their part here once again.
First and 15. Looks like the defense is coming. Lots of pressure. Marquez is able to get that away, but unable to connect with his receiver.
Quincy Ivory put the pressure on Ventura there. Ivory's been a huge difference maker for the Huskies since he was inserted into the defensive line.
7 sacks for Quincy Ivory on the season.
I would say, let's see, what game was it? Was it game 4? Or is it? Yep, his 4th game of the season he was inserted in the defensive line.
Second down and 15 for Marquez. And looks like there was a man in the neutral zone. Free play for Marquez. He's going deep. Nearly hit his man. Pass is incomplete, but it was a free play. It's going to be 5 yards.
Credit Ray Walters with the cover. He got a hand up just as the ball was trying to drop into the receiver's arm. Walters has had a good season.
Walters leads the team in tackles with 61. Also 2 interceptions on the season.
And that's, with the offside, sometimes the gamble and the risk you take when you're trying to jump the count is that if you guess wrong, you end up in the neutral zone. You don't get back in time.
So it's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 for Ventura.
They get the 5 yards back they lost on the false start.
Marquez drops the pass. Lots of pressure. It hit as he throws. Able to get the pass away. Looking for Kevin Tate. Unable to get him.
Pass a little wide, but Trey Coburn on the coverage. Yeah, that was great pressure by the Huskies that time. They actually did get the hit on the Ventura quarterback there.
That's the first time that Marquez has not been able to set his feet before throwing.
Right, that's what caused that pass to be a little high.
So big 3rd down right here for the Huskies. They need to get this.
And one thing that a talented defensive line can do is create pressure even when there's 3 or 4 men down on their own, which means that you don't have to send extra defenders blitzing. So let's see what Coach Gudino dials up here.
Ventura sets up Valenzuela wide, and they're going to go over the middle, and they're going to get the 1st down here. Big pickup of 27 yards.
Jerron Glenn. Big target of 6'2". Just open over the middle of the field. I mean, maybe they were hoping that the defensive pressure would get there, and oh boy.
Don't want to see Quincy Ivory coming off the field like that.
Now, he got up quickly, so hopefully that means he'll be okay in a few plays, but I can argue that that's the one guy out of the defensive talent that Huskies have, which is a lot. That's probably the one guy you can really ill afford to miss, because he really, when he was inserted into the 4th game of the season on the defensive line, he really did make the difference. And Coach Gudino even said he really made this defense complete.
This is going to be a 1st down on the 23-yard line for Ventura. Marquez drops back to pass and was able to set his feet and had a man wide open over the middle. He was looking for Glenn again.
Yeah, threw it over his head that time. He was open. So Huskies have a problem with identifying coverage. It seems like we're in the middle of the field right now.
That's twice. Jerron Glenn has been left wide open over the middle. First time was a 27-yard reception. That time an overthrow. Going to set up a 2nd down and 10. Huskies need to get a stop here. They cannot afford another touchdown and go down by 21. Marquez takes the snap, handoff to Valenzuela out across the right. Pickup of about 4 to the 20-yard line.
Looks like a combination of Trey Coburn and Jonathan Perkins. That's actually a good job of them sealing up the sideline like that, because you saw that burst of speed that he was about to put on, that the running back did, and Huskies got to the corner and didn't give him anywhere to go.
Big 3rd down and 5.
Got to the sideline, excuse me.
Marquez with Valenzuela in the backfield. 2 wide to his right, 2 wide to his left. Big 3rd down right here for the Huskies. Marquez is going to drop back to pass, gets pressure and sailed that pass, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Good blitz, good pressure by Vincent Parra. Caused that pass to fly out early. Good coverage.
Ventura sending out the kicking team.
So a small victory for the Huskies.
This is going to be L.J. Harm attempting this kick from 36 yards. He's 3 of 3 on the season. His long of 38, just a little bit longer than this one. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up.
It's wobbly.
And he got it through.
He got it through, barely.
So 3 more points for Ventura, makes the score 17-0. We've got 11-19 left here in the first half.
important thing is you just don't hang your head. Listen, 17 points is not a world-beating score by any stretch of the imagination. You just got to get back little pieces at a time here. You got more than enough time here. Hey, listen, you drive down the field, you put together a nice drive, you get yourself 7 points, a touchdown, put together a nice 5-minute drive. Then okay, now you're only down 10 with 6 minutes or so, 5 or 6 minutes to go in a quarter. If you tell your defense, hey, listen, 3 and out here, and then maybe you get the ball back down 10, but you get the ball back maybe with 3 minutes left, and maybe you can do something. So bit by bit here, the Huskies have to cut away at this deficit.
And look, it's not like Ventura has been unstoppable. They got that huge run. They got their first touchdown on a punt return and a bad penalty.
Mm-hmm. That led to a touchdown pass.
Huskies were able to stop them on that drive. It's not like they're going through them like a hot knife through butter or something.
No.
So there is some encouragement and a good drive the last time the Huskies had the ball. So absolutely, they can't hang their head. They're still in this game.
And the reason why we're talking about not hanging head, because again, this is a team with a lot of freshmen on it, and young team, head issues as you got a good return here.
There's across the 40 to the 45, 50, 40, 30. He's gonna go 20, 10, touchdown, Huskies, and that's what we're talking about.
No flags.
Rene Zaldivar on a squib kick. They were trying to keep it away from him so he couldn't return it, and he takes it back all the way, 90 yards for a touchdown.
Just an excellent return. Zaldivar is very much an athlete. Last week he was hurling over guys and making plays all over the field. And usually you don't look for him to make a play like that in the return game. But man, he found the crease. Sometimes you just need to have the speed to find the crease and hit the crease.
And this is what we were just talking about, how this game is not over. A huge shift in momentum. Extra point is good. And suddenly what was looking like a blowout, 17-0, it's 17-7. All the momentum is on the Huskies side now. If they can make a stop right here and get a score before halftime and go down, be down by
maybe at least be down 7 or even 3.
Be within a score at half. This is just a completely different game all of a sudden.
Right, so just that beautiful kickoff return for a touchdown has a chance to change.
Yeah, it's a shift in momentum. The players have got to be pumped up after seeing that. Just everything changes on a play like that.
And as I'm sure you've seen at this level, momentum means an awful lot.
Absolutely.
Huskies, their turn to kick off now. Is that running back for Ventura back there?
Yes, he is.
All right, well, we know who they need not to kick it to. Let's see if they can do that.
Keep it away from Jesse Valenzuela.
Referee's getting the ball from the sideline. Coach Lurch getting the ball in. Andres Banda on the kickoff. Hopefully we also get a chance to talk more about how the Huskies have shored up their special team kicking over the past few weeks. It was a big bugaboo early in the season, probably cost them at least 2 games.
So here comes the kickoff. And they're going to keep it away from Valenzuela. Ventura's just going to jump on that. And that kick was specifically designed to make sure that Jesse Valenzuela was nowhere near that ball.
And, I mean, they got lucky because the ball took like a dead ball, a dead man bounce.
Yeah, it looked like it was going out of bounds.
It looked like it was going out of bounds. It just died before. So, I mean, really excellent placement on that kick.
So Ventura's going to take over on the 24-yard line, 1st and 10. And after that kick return for a touchdown, if the defense can get a stop right here, then we've got a whole new ball game. And there's the handoff to Valenzuela. He's not going to be able to get anything. A loss of 2 on the play.
Juan Caldera with the tackle. Got a hold of him in the backfield, did not let go.
Sets up a 2nd down and 12.
Thank everyone who's watching. Big game tonight, big game Saturday here at Winegart Stadium.
Second down and 12. Marquez takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressure again, but he's got a lot of running room in front of him. Going to set up and throw, and that pass, that was picked off.
There's picked off, but there's a flag on the play.
There is a flag.
Wondering maybe he got too much contact on the receiver before he cut in front of him to take that ball away.
Ray Walters comes away with the ball. Is that going to stand, though? That's the question. And I don't see the offense or the defense moving like they're going to come off the field. So I'm thinking that's
the defense starting to move, though.
Moving backwards, not off the field.
No, that's what you don't want to see. So
it looks like that's going to be a pass interference call.
Yeah. There's a way, as we look for the official call to come in from the head referee.
So just a hold.
Just a hold.
Not a pass interference, but still going to be a first down nonetheless.
Yeah, automatic first. So what happened was there's a bit of a technique when you kind of drape your arm around, almost like a tangle type of, you kind of drape your arm around, but you want to do it as you're reaching your arm out to deflect the pass so that you're not holding on to the guy, to the receiver, as you are trying to defend the pass. So Walter just got a little too much arm, a little too early on the receiver. And so now Ventura now has a 1st and 10 at the 47. They're 47.
Marquez had a lot of running room in front of him, but Marquez is not a guy who's going to take off. He's run the ball 3 times this year, so all that running room in front of him still stopped him through that pass downfield. Maybe a little bit ill-advised because it was really close to
being picked. Yeah, it's well covered. Just a little too well.
Marquez drops back to pass, and once again a little bit of pressure, but they're setting up a screen to Valenzuela. He spins out of one tackle, picks up about a yard to the 48-yard line.
Looks like the Huskies are starting to adjust, and that's definitely something Coach Gudino is going to talk about with his defense at halftime. When you have an electric runner, you got to be more. You have to have all your 11 guys be alert to where he is when he has the ball. So you're seeing the Huskies starting to swarm to him a bit better now in this second quarter. He did elude the first defender, but he didn't get far past the down marker. He only got one, as a couple of Huskies got to him on the far sideline.
Huskies have been putting a lot more pressure on Marquez the last couple of drives. There's the handoff to Valenzuela. He's going to get out across midfield. There's a flag.
Valenzuela on the run for Ventura. Perkins on the stop for the defense.
There's a pickup of 4 on the play. We'll see what the flag is.
It came from the back, so is it a hold?
Looks like a hold. So that's going to back up Ventura. Going to set up a 2nd down and long. Second down is 17 now. And the Husky defense, they need to stay calm. Can't give up anything big right now. Set up a 3rd down and long, get off the field, and get back into this game. This is a big 2nd down right here. Marquez drops back to pass. Some pressure, is able to get that ball away. Gets it out to Reeves. Reeves going to cut towards the middle of the field. He gets a block across the 40, the 30, the 20, and Reeves is gone.
I mean, he made the move, but you got to give credit to his blockers in the middle of the field there.
Absolutely.
2 excellent cross blocks as he made the cut there. There was Chris Reeves that made the cut back across the field. He was able to do that because, again, his receivers and guys in the middle were able to block the Huskies defenders and created that crease going across the field to the far sideline. He hit it and he found pay dirt.
60-yard pass from Marquez to Chris Reeves. 2nd touchdown of the game for Chris Reeves.
You know, if you're the Huskies defense, you got to say, some of these plays you're just missing. Yeah, you got to give credit as that extra point is good. Yeah, you can give credit to Ventura for that, for some of their blocking and some of the speedsters and the talent that they have on their end. I mean, they got some speed, but if you're the Huskies, you got to say, man, we're just missing a couple plays here by just one tackle that could have maybe potentially saved 14 points. So Huskies got the 7, but then unfortunately they gave it back up on a big catch and run. And 8:52 left in the second quarter. The visiting Ventura Pirates 24, home Huskies, East LA College 7. See, we got going on for scores across the football realm here. So second quarter, 6:02 left out in Santa Clarita, the land of Magic Mountain. And Long Beach, how about this? Long Beach just scored a touchdown to go up 10-7 over the Cougars of College of the Canyon. So we'll keep an eye on that. We're already keeping an eye on that, but that'll be keep an even bigger eye.
Now the Huskies are going to need to do their part. That ball's taken around the 20-yard line out across the 30 to about the 35, and that's where the Huskies are going to set up shop. Down 17 points. And they need to get some points here.
You don't see it often. Defensive lineman gets to run with the ball. But he didn't do too bad of a job there. Juan Caldera. A little squib kick. Huskies will set up at the 35. Not too bad a field position. So again, okay. So you gave up the big play. The defense is not as tight as they were last week. But again, Ventura's got some guys on this field that can. They got some serious speed, some serious ability. So the Huskies just say, listen, just focus on getting down the field, getting another score.
Honstetter still in it, running back.
Play action.
Fake to Honstetter and the pass out into the flat, incomplete. Was looking for Trajan Bridges.
Looks like they're trying to set up like a bubble screen on that.
Looks like, yeah.
And the pass was just a little to the left of Bridges. I believe it was Bridges last week who threw a beautiful block on the near sideline as Tyson Schilling was making his caught a pass that was making his way downfield down the near sideline. And it was Bridges that threw a beautiful block that gave Schilling just enough room to stay in bounds on the near sideline and race down the field for a touchdown.
Second down, going to set up a screen to Honstetter. He's able to get about 5 yard lines, taken 5 yards, taken down at the 40-yard line. Going to set up a third down and about 5 for the Huskies at a very important third down.
Very important. Honestly, they actually did not too bad of a job. It looks like it wasn't, he caught the pass for the screen. It didn't look like there was much there, so it made a little something out of nothing. Still 3rd and 5, somewhat manageable down and distance for third down. So let's see what Alvarez can dial up.
There's a snap, fake a handoff. Looking outside, was able to get the ball.
Well, did he get the stretch? Are they going to give him? We
Got
don't
it
where
to
to go.
Bridges,
Yeah, first
and
down.
he gets the first down.
He caught it. Looks like a yard and a half short of the yard marker, and he was covered. And he did get hit. Looks like at the 44, but he's able to stretch out to get the ball to the 45 to get that fresh set of downs.
First down and 10. That's a handoff to Honstetter, and not much there. Is able to spin out of it. Looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss and ended up getting 5 on the play.
He actually spun inside. It got 3, and then see, looks they're going to place it at the 49. So he actually spun inside is what got him those 4 yards there.
Looked like he was going to be dropped for a loss. So
yeah, it looks like
nice
I thought
run.
he's going to be rushed. He's going to be our 4th set of bounds. So good job there. There's
another handoff up the middle, across the 50-yard line into Ventura territory, down to about the 48-yard line.
Josiah Sheffield.
Going to set up a third down and 3.
So again, this was the strategy last week. If you're going to have third down, make it third and short, third and manageable, to give the quarterback Alvarez some options. He doesn't have to throw a deep ball on a third down. Swing pass.
Out across the 40 down to about the 38-yard line.
I was going to say there was a good block to kind of spring, give the receiver the room he needed, but there's a flag down at the 39. So looks like
The
it might
flag
have
came in late.
Yeah, it came in late, so maybe after the play.
And
They're picking up the
flag.
which, basically for the way that things have gone for the Huskies this season, you'd rather see the flag picked up.
So it's going to be a first down at the 40-yard line.
So again, what is keeping short yardage situation do for Frank Alvarez? He could throw those short passes, those passes flat to his receivers, good athletic receivers that can make a move and get some yardage in space or in tight space.
There's the handoff, drop back to pass. Lots of pressure. Alvarez is going to keep it, tucks it, gets out across the 35 to the 32-yard line, just ducking and weaving. Pickup of 8. Nice little play on what looked like a busted play.
It did look like a busted play. Maybe his receivers were open or he was able to make his reads. Again, not the same type of athleticism as Terrence Gibson, but he did good to slip and slide a bit, and he got himself 7.5 yards on that run. Again, keeping short down situations, short yardage situations on these downs.
Second down and 2. That pass out to Sheffield. Bounces off a tackler. He's still going across the 30, backing his way to about the 28-yard line. Oh, that was Bridges. Oh, that was Sheffield. That was Sheffield.
That's Sheffield. But how about staying on his feet, taking the stiff hit there? Open field hit. Didn't bring him down. Stayed on his feet. And then kind of twisted his body so he can get those 2, 3, or 4 extra yards he needed to ensure the first down and keep the sticks moving.
First down and 10 for the Huskies. 28-yard line. This is the second drive in a row that they've gotten down into Ventura territory.
And again, allowing Alvarez to operate on short yardage situations gives him the option to get the ball in the flat to his playmakers. Play
Takes
action.
a handoff to
he's tackled.
Honstetter, and he's going to be taken down. That's number 41.
Angelo Jewell, 6'2" defensive end.
Ninth sack of the season.
Yeah,
for
definitely
Jewell.
not a guy. Doesn't look like he lets a lot of sacks escape his clutches, and he got his arm around Alvarez there and just dragged him down.
6'2", 242-pounder.
Yeah.
Sophomore out of Woodbridge, Virginia.
Alvarez 5'10", 175. Not going to win the size battle to try to escape the clutches of a defensive lineman like that. So 2nd and 16 now.
Honstetter in motion. Lots of pressure. Alvarez able to get outside, gets it out to Honstetter across the 30, down to the 25, and it's going to be a third down and manageable.
Once again.
On a nice little play by Honstetter. It's going to set up a third down and about 4. And this is looking very similar to the situation the last time the Huskies had the ball. They got down to about the same place, had a third down and 4, couldn't convert, tried a fourth down, couldn't convert, and ended up coming away with no points. They got to get points on this drive. Alvarez takes the snap. He's going to keep it. No, he's not. Gets it out to Bridges across the 20 to the 15.
Got tripped up there, tried to make one more cut, couldn't, but he's down at the 11. That's going to be enough for a first down.
First down and 10 at the 11-yard line.
So we got 2:30 left till halftime. Long Beach is up on the home Cougars of College of the Canyons 10-7. Thanks to Steven Morales for the updates.
Just under 4 minutes left in the first half of this game. It's 24-7 Ventura. Big drive right now for the Huskies. There's the snap. Alvarez to the end zone. Unable to find his man.
Ball was just to the outside of
Washington. Looking for Washington.
He was looking for Washington. The ball was just to the outside of him. But you know what? And there's a flag on the far side of the field. Another dead ball foul here. What's going on here?
Players John looks like. And I'm assuming this is going to be some kind of a personal foul. We'll see
Hopefully
who it's
offsetting.
on. Referees collaborating. A lot of discussion on this one.
So the call. Dead ball
Personal foul.
on the offense. On sportsmanlike conduct on the offense.
And that's the kind of penalty right there. That's the kind of penalty that's killing them. And
And there's another flag. Was that on number 71?
that was
Another unsportsmanlike conduct. Huskies got to get their heads back in this game. They got to calm down. Showing off at the refs is not gonna get you anything but a bunch of penalties and an ejection. They got to relax here. It's not the time in this game to implode.
so great drive by the Huskies, and now they have just completely undone the entire thing with 2 unsportsmanlike penalties back to back.
We're looking at the referees talking with head coach Bobby Godinez.
And this is just frustrating.
So that's 30 yards lost on
So
a
we're-
dead ball. It's not
Okay.
even a replay of the down because the down was after the down.
So we're going to have a first down and 40.
It's unacceptable, completely unacceptable.
So just shooting themselves in the foot.
And again, this is not the type of offense with Alvarez where they can make a bunch of deep throws. He's not that type of quarterback.
Drops back to pass. He's got his man up to about the 32-yard line. That was Bridges again.
Alvarez pass to Bridges is complete.
Going to set up a second down and 31. Not very often you hear that.
You definitely don't. No, it's going to be third down and 31.
A third down.
The 2 penalties were off dead ball penalties after the first down, after the incompletion.
Right.
So now they got third and forever.
Definitely not in field goal range either. Alvarez looking downfield, gets that ball away. He's able to complete it down to the 20-yard line. Tackled at the 19. That was Zaldivar making the catch. Going to set up a fourth down and 17. And Ethan Rodriguez is going to come in and attempt a field goal. It's going to be a 37-yard attempt. Will be his longest of the season. There's the snap. There's the hold. Kick is up. Does he have a leg?
Not
No.
quite.
Not enough. Comes up short.
And the field goal attempt is no good.
And so that's the second time that the Huskies have driven down deep into Ventura territory and come away with nothing. And, there's 2 minutes left here in this first half. They still got the entire second half to go. But those are drives that they need to come away with points. They cannot be given away. I mean, they gave that drive away.
Yeah, they did. They did. Because you're looking at a makeable field goal. Here's a run here.
Handoff goes up the middle for a pickup of about 3.
You know what? I see Quintavious Workman in street clothes. He's a Husky 6'6" freshman wide receiver who's basically can jump over everybody.
And Coach Gudino has told me before the game that he was a game time decision. So it looks like they held him out.
Fortunately, takes away a big target for Alvarez here. Second down run.
Yeah, when you got a receiver standing 6'6", you got an advantage over every defensive back you're ever going to see. So that hurts.
Timeout called again.
And there's another flag.
The Huskies call a timeout on the play and a flag on the field.
And unsportsmanlike conduct, this time against Ventura.
Unsportsmanlike penalty against the offense.
So both these teams getting a little chippy out there. But only one of them is up 17 points on the scoreboard, so Huskies can't really afford to get chippy.
No, not at all. Because right now, even though this penalty hurts Ventura, but, I mean, at worst, you're just talking about them maybe, I mean, they could, let's say if the Huskies get a stop here. Now, it's third down. I take that back. It's third down. So with a minute 30, you get a stop, and you're thinking about getting the ball back maybe with a little under a minute left, but where they would have to punt potentially will give the Huskies a potential short field. So
we'll see here if Ventura keeps the ball on the ground, forces the Huskies to use that final timeout, or if they risk an incompletion. They're going to keep it on the ground. As Valenzuela is definitely not going to get the first down. Pick up of maybe 3, and then Huskies are going to use that last timeout, stopping the clock with 1:22. So they're going to get the ball back with a chance to possibly get points on the board.
And in a game like this where, you know, things have gone wrong for the Huskies, down 17, you want to take every opportunity you can get to try to squeeze a scoring chance. So, you got to take it. This is good work of the clock. Good use of the clock here for Coach Gudino, who's not going to be happy with his team at halftime.
And really, you look up at the scoreboard and you see it's a 17-point game, but you think back, they should have had that stop on that first Ventura touchdown. At worst, they should have given up 3 points.
Right.
They should have gotten a score that last time down the field, if not for those two unsportsmanlikes. So you're looking at a 17-point game, but if not for those big penalties, we're looking at maybe a 10-point game,
right,
which is completely different.
Right, and you got to, one of the messages that this team needs to really get through their heads is that, you know what, you guys are really talented and you have the talent to play against anyone in the state. But Ventura is traditionally is a powerhouse, and even with their record being 2-2 in conference, same as the Huskies, they got talent. All the teams in this conference have talent, and they have talent. Let's get another update here by Stephen Morales. Halftime, Long Beach is up on Canyons 10-7 up at Santa Clarita as the punt booted.
Good punt.
And it takes
a sideways bounce.
Sideways bounce, a little bit of a Huskies bounce. It goes out of bounds close to the 50.
So Huskies going to take over
at midfield.
Huskies going to take over at midfield. 1 minute, 13 seconds on the clock.
Conference football update at halftime.
Hoping to get something out of this drive.
10-7. There is a penalty flag on the field.
And another penalty.
How do you have
Holding against the receiving team.
But no one. How do you have holding? You have holding against the receiving team, but nobody picked up the ball. Usually, you see a holding call when someone picks up the ball and starts returning the ball. There was nobody returned it.
The Huskies finding new ways to shoot themselves in the foot. So instead of taking over at midfield, they're going to take over at their own 40, making things just a tad bit more difficult. 1 minute, 13 seconds on the clock.
as Coach Drum would often say, it wouldn't be ELAC if they didn't do it. Making things difficult for themselves.
So Alvarez going to set up with 5 wide receivers, no one in the backfield, getting pressure. Gets that ball away. He's got a man, but unable to connect with him. Kalani Washington was open, but Alvarez unable to get him. And Alvarez has been under pressure pretty much every time he's dropped back today. Lots of pressure being put on him by Ventura.
Well, you know, Ventura knows that, you know, and no, of course, in no disrespect to Alvarez because he played relatively well last week. But, you know, Terrence Gibson, one of the best quarterbacks, as Coach Gudino says, in the country at this level because he has not just the arm but the feet to match. And Alvarez doesn't quite have that ability. So as your defense, you know, you're less worried about the running ability. As we say that, here comes Alvarez taking off to get back to the 50. And depending on when the ball's placed, he might have him a first down.
Got a first down. Looks like
he got a first down.
Looks like he heard you. He's like, what were you saying about my running ability? 10-yard run there for Alvarez.
I guess I stand corrected for the time being. So,
but you're right. You know, you can't really sell out like that with a quarterback like Gibson, because if you don't get him, the next time you see him, he's going to be 30 yards downfield.
Exactly. So
Alvarez sets up once again in the shotgun with 5 wide receivers. There's 58 seconds on the clock.
Quick
Alvarez
strike.
drops back to pass, hits his man. That's Kalani Washington. Short gain of about
but he got out
2
of bounds.
yards, but he did get out of bounds to stop the clock. 53 seconds on the clock.
I'm thinking that with 53 seconds, Alvarez is going to have to take a shot or two down the field. You know, his specialty is hitting the flats, hitting the short patterns, and getting the ball in space to his pass catchers. But I think he's going to have to fire 1 or 2 down the field.
At this point, they've got to take a shot. He drops the snap, able to get it away to Bridges. Bridges out across the 45 to the 44, but does not get out of bounds. And the clock continues to run. It's going to be 3rd down and about 4. Clock is running. They cannot spike it because it's 3rd down. There's the snap. Alvarez drops back to pass. Looking downfield. He has Bridges for a moment, but unable to get it to him. Did he get him?
That's a catch. Now, let me tell you, hold on. You got to give Bridges all the credit in the world on that catch. That pass, that was an interception.
Absolutely.
When the defender went up, he had the ball first. Bridges got his hands on it second, and you know, Ty Kent, when both a defender and the receiver come down with the ball, Ty goes to the offense. So that's what he did, and he might even ripped it away from him as he hit the ground. Excellent effort by Bridges, not just to get the catch, but to keep the ball and to keep the possession going for the Huskies. Excellent job.
Huge play. So now, 3rd time the Huskies have had the ball inside the Ventura 25. First 2 times they came away with nothing. They have got to come away with points here.
And if you're gonna.
And they're adjusting the clock. The clock says 17.8, but they're going to.
They're asking for 20 seconds. They're going to see if we can get them to adjust.
And we got it to 20 seconds. Here we go.
Very good.
So 2nd down and 10, 20 seconds on the clock. Alvarez once again, 5 wide receivers. Cannot take a sack.
Alvarez almost tripped over the ref.
Gets
one down.
Into the end zone.
Incomplete.
Looking for Bridges, unable to pull it down. And this right here is a situation where you wish you had a receiver like Workman in his 6'6" frame to go into the end zone and just throw a pass up.
It's probably too far for a field goal attempt. So you're thinking 9.5. You might have enough for 2 plays here, depending.
You got to either get out of bounds or it has to be a first down and get up there with a quick
Also, you got to think about what type
spike.
of arm does Alvarez have. Maybe he's got a 20-yard arm and maybe not a 25-yard arm, so maybe you want to throw a quick sideline pass to get out.
There's a snap, drop back to pass, looking for Bridges, lots of contact. There's
And
the
the flag. With 4.9 left.
Flag on the play.
And so now comes the question, do you try and run another play? Do you kick a field goal here? This is a tough call. Field goal gets them within 2 scores. Gets it down to 14 points.
Which is something. But you know,
But we did just see Ethan Rodriguez miss a field goal moments ago.
we did. And the pass interference call against the defense, automatic. Oh, holding. Okay, holding call against the defense. Thank you, Albert. That way, Albert was running on board. Albert has done a lot of our other games this season for volleyball. He's done water polo, not soccer. What else have you done, Albert? Wrestling, yes. We call it wrestling as well. So, Lady Huskies basketball, yes, Albert, jack of all trades.
It looks like the offense is going to stay out on the field here. They got the ball on the 14-yard line. There's 4.9 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, I think this is the right call here because you're talking about maybe a 32, 33 yard field goal attempt, but the way the kickers have been this year, I think you feel a little bit more comfortable taking a shot here.
This ball has got to go into the end zone. You cannot come up short of the end zone here. And there's a flag on the field.
Free
There's
play.
a throw. Incomplete.
So is that going to be the offsides or?
Looking for Zaldivar. Clock shows zeros. Illegal shift.
Illegal
and
motion. That's going to be the end of the half.
That's going to be the end of the first half. So 3 times the Huskies have been down inside the Ventura 25, and they've come away with 0 points. And that's kind of the story of the game. That and Jesse Valenzuela for Ventura is the story of the game so far.
Yeah, you have to say that Huskies had a few cracks in their defensive armor, but of course those cracks were formed by excellent players on the Ventura side. So give them the credit due. So we're going to have a 20-minute halftime here. You know, Coach Gudino is going to be hot. They're going to be pretty hot going into that locker room. He's got to know that he knows all about the opportunity that the Huskies have tonight. And
I mean, there are good things to say. The offense is clearly moving the ball.
yes,
The defense has made some good stops. This game is not lost.
oh no,
They can definitely get back into this one. They need
it's
to
the
take advantage.
adjustments.
They need to make adjustments, take advantage of their opportunities, and they have got to stop making stupid penalties. They've got to.
I would say that the penalties are first and foremost at the forefront, and then secondly, I would say try to figure out some more passing lanes, open up some more passing lanes for Alvarez. Oh, we're going to take a bit of a break here as we're into halftime here. The fans here are going to be entertained by the Huskies band, led by longtime band director Julie Martinez. We're going to take a break here, catch our breath, get a little water, we get a little food, feed our boardman here, Albert, because we don't like anyone getting hangry around here. And we'll be back. And we'll be back on here for the second half of this game. SportsNetUSA.net. Again, the Huskies trail the visiting Ventura Pirates 24-7. Again, SportsNetUSA.net.
Welcome back to East Los Angeles College football on SportsNetUSA.net. I'm Matt Rogers alongside Cerwin Haynes, coming back from halftime with the score 24-7. Ventura in the lead. ELAC won the coin toss to start the game, and they deferred, so they're going to get the ball first here, and they need to get some points.
Another little squibber type of kick. Kalani Washington fields it, advances up the near sideline. He leads one tackle, but not two. So it looks like a bit of a gang job. 54, Jet Aldridge. What a great first name, Jet. Jet Aldridge was the first one to hit him. So the Huskies will take over and start the second half with the ball on, looks like the 24 and a half yard line.
So looking at some stats from that first half, a few things kind of stand out to me. Number one, 8 penalties for 86 yards. That's just crazy for one half of football. The other thing that really stands out to me, Ventura, 2 red zone chances, 2 red zone scores. Huskies, 2 red zone chances, 0 points. I think that those two things just really stand out as to why we're looking at a game that is 17-point game instead of one that's a 1-score game.
Indeed. I mean, 241 offensive, 241 to 184. Still pretty close as the Huskies.
Alvarez starts out passing out across the 40, the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20. He's going to go all the way. First play of the second half. Touchdown, Huskies.
Trajan Bridges. No, take that. No. Yep, Trajan Bridges.
Trajan Bridges. He had 6 catches for 58 yards in the first half and then goes 75 yards on the first play of the second half. And all of a sudden, this game is a 10-point game with an extra point pending.
Which we do have to highlight because the Huskies have had their issues with extra points, particularly first half of the season. They seem to have gotten the place kicking, particularly with the extra points, settled down now. This one's pending. And up.
There's the kick up, and it's good.
Good.
So here we stand, 24-14. 24 seconds into the second half.
Took the Huskies no time at all to score there, and that's what you want. That's what you want to see when you're behind, particularly by more than 2 scores. A quick score. Now Ventura's got to get the ball back, and maybe they're thinking a little bit. Hey, listen, we got a 10-point lead, but hey, we just gave up 7 real quick. And Trajan Bridges has had an excellent season. He's made a lot of big plays. He's been a reliable receiver. Good hands and good speed, and he's had a really nice season this year.
Well, with that reception, he goes over 700 yards for the year. That was his 9th touchdown on the year. And man, you look back at those 2 red zone chances that Ventura did, or that the Huskies did not score on in the first half, and this game should be even closer than it is right now. But they are definitely within striking range with that quick touchdown.
And they should be, but you know what? You got to keep your focus ahead of you, keep your eyes on the road in front of you, not behind you. As it looks like we're about to get a score update here as Ventura takes the kickoff.
He tosses it back to Valenzuela. They want the
shoulder tackled by Deontay Knott Sr. Nice tackle there.
Jesse Valenzuela, first half, 9 carries, 108 yards, and a touchdown. You got a score update for us with that?
I do. 11:41 in the third quarter. Long Beach now has a 17-7 lead over the home Cougars of College of the Canyon. So, hey, the Huskies continue to get back into this one. They're only down 10. Long Beach continues to hold on to their lead or even build on their lead. Now you can start thinking about a conference title.
Samuel Marquez with the handoff. That ball's taken out across the 40 to the 50, and a big play on the first offensive play of the second half for Ventura. That was number 22, Lamonte James. Lamonte James has not been a main character in the Ventura offense so far this season.
But he got some room and he got put on the Jets a bit, outran Quincy Ivory, who was pursuing him on the backside. Good to see Quincy Ivory back in the game, too.
Absolutely. And there's a big play in the backfield.
Cameron Robinson
with
read that one all the way.
big loss, 4-yard loss there on the play, on the handoff to Lamonte James.
Just swallowed up James there. Now, sometimes, on a play like that, if you're the offense, you know what? Okay, we took the loss, but I wonder if I can get him suckering around on play action on the next player will play down the line.
Second down at 14. There's the pass, man open, and he just dropped it. Flat out dropped by Chris Reeves. Chris Reeves having a big game.
Interesting. But you know what? Sometimes you get breaks like this in a game, and what matters is what you do with those breaks when you get them. Huskies caught a break there. Instead of having 3rd and short, maybe 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 on the catch. Now Huskies can pin their ears back a bit on defense, but they still got to stay disciplined.
Absolutely. 3rd and 14 right here. Ventura 2 of 6 on 3rd down today. A big opportunity for the defense to hand the ball back to the offense and say, get us back in this game. Alvarez drops back to pass, Marquez drops back to pass, and that pass is incomplete, and a big hold for the Husky defense.
Is that Ray Walters Jr. on the coverage? Looks like the receiver might have a chance to catch it, but Walters maybe knocked it away as it was going to the ground. So good play there by Walters. Good play by the Huskies defense to get the stop they needed. And there's an example, not only of them getting the stop, but they were able to kind of stop the bleeding there a little bit. You had that big run by the running back there, and they were able to basically stop it from going any further. So punt from midfield.
Nate Hidalgo back to return this kick. He's going to call for a fair catch. It's going to go over his head and takes a nice bounce and then rolls into the end zone. Looked like they were going to be able to pin him down inside the 5. And
nope, touchback.
It's going to be a touchback.
I thought maybe they might have pinned him at the 5, but it looked like the ball got away from one of the coverage.
Yeah, it looked like it. So the Huskies going to take the field. They're down 10 points. Points on this drive will get them within 1 score.
And little birdie is texting me right now and telling me that Quintavious Workman, the 6'6" wide receiver who we saw in street clothes in the first half, will be making his way back into the game.
And that is huge. I see him. There he is out on the field.
Yep, they say he just got cleared. He's in his pads and he's in uniform, and he's going to give Alvarez a great target.
There's a snap. Alvarez is going to keep this one, try and get to the outside, and not much there, maybe a yard.
But you know what? It's not a terrible play in the sense he dropped the snap. And we've seen instances where, a quarterback drops the snap, picks it back up. Now he starts getting anxious and starts getting a little nervous because he dropped the balls. And now it messes up his processing of the play, and bad things can happen. So he basically just picked the ball up, said, I'm not going to try and force a throw here. I didn't have a chance to set myself to make the reads I need. I'm just going to run it, try it again on a 2nd down.
So that's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9. There's the handoff. Pickup of maybe 4 yards. That was Honstetter there.
Looks like he hit the hole. He got the first hole, but as he was going through the hole, the Ventura defenders were able to grab hold of him.
And speaking of players coming back for Ventura, number 6, Jalen Cooper, who was suspended for the first half for a targeting penalty that he took last week, is back out on the field for Ventura, strengthening their defensive backfield. So that's something that Frank Alvarez is going to have to deal with.
As he's looking at 3rd and 6 here, likely passing down.
Alvarez takes a snap, drops back to pass. He lofts that one up for Workman. There's a little bit of contact there, but they're not going to throw a flag.
No, I think they're going to say the ball wasn't catchable. It was a little too far ahead of him. We do have an update here. Looks like 2:45 left in the 3rd quarter, and Canyons is drawn within 7. Long Beach is now ahead 17-10 up in Santa Clarita.
So a disappointing 3 and out there for the Huskies, and they're going to give the ball right back. They had a chance to get within 1 score, but were not able to put anything together.
Is that Ivory back to punt?
That is Ivory back to punt.
Okay.
And not his first experience kicking. That was
Pretty
close.
Good punt. It was close, but
Fair catch called for and made on the 42-yard line, so no return for Valenzuela. And Ventura is going to take over 1st and 10 on their own 42-yard line. They lead this game 24-14 with 11 minutes and 25 seconds left on the clock.
more or less the Huskies have been able to get away this season with punting by committee. Yeah, particularly interesting seeing defensive players back there punting. Daniel Morales has handled a bunch of punts this year. Now you see Quincy Ivory back there punting.
Well, Quincy Ivory is sort of a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, you know, he's kind of in the modern day Slash.
He's punting. He's able to rush the quarterback. He's played quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So
just call him the Cordell Stewart.
Yeah. Many of our younger viewers probably have no idea who Cordell Stewart is, but we know who he is.
I guess maybe I'm dating myself. I didn't think he was that. I think it was that old. You know, it was early 00s era. But yeah, maybe you're 18 and under. You might not know who Cordell Stewart was.
For those of you who don't know, he was a guy who could do everything on the football field just the way that Quincy Ivory can. So
good stop there by the Huskies, though, to swallow up that run.
Loss of 2 on that play, sets up a 2nd down and 12. And there's a pass, and it looks like that pass was intercepted.
Wow, how about that? Jalen Martin.
And that is a big one.
I mean, you literally saw him and the wide receiver fighting for position as that ball was in the air, and Martin just basically came up with it.
4th interception of the season for Martin, and that is a huge play. Gives the Huskies the ball on their own 42-yard line. And once again, if they can go down the field and score, even just a field goal or touchdown, if they can get a score, they're going to be within 1 score in this game. So this is a huge drive right now.
Normally you would say, hey, get to within 7 at the end of the 3rd quarter, but you still got 10:40 left in this quarter. So, I mean, they can score on this drive. They still have plenty of time.
Yeah, there's a ton of time left in this game. The Huskies were setting up with 10 players. Kalani Washington late to get out there.
Play action
pass out to the right to Workman. Workman fights his way forward for a pickup of about 4. Gonna set up a 2nd down and 6.
Now, you think with 6'6" wide receiver, maybe you ask yourself, hey, listen, you're Frank Alvarez. Why not just throw one up deep? Maybe you can get him a jump ball. But even with jump balls, when you throw them deep, you still have to have the placement to where either the receiver can get it or no one gets it.
Well, we've seen 4 plays run by the Huskies in this second half. 5 plays, and 3 of them have been passes to Workman, who bounces off a tackle, and Workman's down to the 35-yard line. So Alvarez immediately getting Workman into this game. 3 passes thrown his way in the first 6 plays of the second half.
And that's smart because not only you get Workman within the flow of this offense and flow of this game, you already established you got Bridges, you have Tyson Schilling. So Workman, as he comes off the field now, looks like for a play, maybe he's a little tired there. He was getting immediate work as soon as he got in. He just got cleared after halftime to come in. 1st and 10 from the 35. Be a play action.
Oh, lots of pressure.
Wow,
he stays on his feet. How did he get out of that? And he gets it away. And that was not very often you can talk about an incomplete pass as being a great play, but that was a great play.
What did a...
I don't know how he got out of that. That's going to set up a 2nd down and 10 on what should have been a second down and 18, 20 yards.
I mean, that's basically the first half of the helmet catch. Those you remember Eli Manning and the Giants in the first Super Bowl.
David Tyree.
Yeah. Now couldn't get the completion, but the escape, man, we got a run here, good run.
Hofstetter straight up the middle, pick up a 8, sets up a 3rd down and 2.
And we said that's one thing that Hofstetter does well. When he finds the hole in the middle, he hits it hard, and he can get you 5, 6, 7 yards when you need it. So now another 3rd and short situation. Huskies moving the ball quickly. They're going to run it
again, straight up the middle, and another 7 yards. And it's 1st down and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And Huskies now speeding up their play calling. It looks like they found a way to keep Ventura's defense off rhythm. I mean, they usually go play no huddle, but it looks like they're speeding things up a bit.
Looks like a little confusion on the defensive line. Alvarez drops back to pass. Looked like he had Bridges for a moment, but unable to connect with him, and that's going to be an incomplete pass and set up a 2nd down.
Just a little off on that. Just whipped it a little too. Looks like it was in front of him or a little high, but he was just off on that one.
So looks like we have an injured player.
And an official timeout on the field.
It's actually
Who's that? I can't
Maxwell and Hanker, offensive lineman, big offensive lineman, 6'7", 305, being helped off the field.
And he was the one who got called for that big
and
personal foul.
Got a score update. Haynes looks to have come all the way back from almost 14 down. They now scored another touchdown, but we don't see the extra point. So Long Beach is holding on to a 17-16 lead. 3:43 left in the 3rd quarter in that one.
2nd down and 10 for the Huskies.
Play action.
Lots of pressure. That pass is caught.
Great one-handed catch. Rene Zaldivar?
Zaldivar.
That man again. Rene Zaldivar. I mean, he has some pretty neat feats of athleticism that he's performed on the field here.
So here we go. This is the 3rd red zone possession for the Huskies. They've come away empty-handed the first 2 times. They have got to get points on the board. Alvarez keeps the ball. He's going to dive forward, gets to about the 2-yard line, and he's going to be stopped there, setting up a 2nd down and goal. This is a huge, huge possession right here.
Huge possession. And not a bad play on 1st down to kind of maybe give the defense something else to think about. Alvarez showing that he is a mobile quarterback. He was not afraid to take off and use his feet here.
And here we go, Quincy Ivory in at quarterback. We were just talking about him. Quincy Ivory, the man who does everything, going to take this snap from the 2-yard line. Takes the handoff. He's going to move up the middle. Touchdown, Quincy Ivory. And just like that, we have a 1-score game. 24-20 with the extra point pending.
You had to figure that was going to be a run. He's going to keep it and run with his size. Listen, we're putting up a 6'5" guy here, and you're not stopping him for 2 yards. As the Canyons did convert the extra point, that game is now tied at 17 with Long Beach in the 3rd quarter. Huskies here looking for the extra point to bring them within 3.
So coach is pulling out all the stops. He knows that conference title is close, and he's pulling out all the stops, throwing Quincy Ivory out there, doing everything that they need to do. Extra point is good. It's 24-21. And this game, which looked like it was starting to get out of hand earlier, is all of a sudden a 3-point game, and all the momentum is on the side of the ELAC Huskies.
So, again, the real wild card here in this particular game has been the defense in terms of not just, they're good enough to get you continuous stops, but can they keep their heads in the game and not give up the penalties at the wrong time?
Absolutely.
And that's not so much. It was the amount of penalties is when those penalties happen in the first half. So that's what I mean. Listen, if the Huskies went the second half without committing any penalties, it would be a huge accomplishment. So you just wait. You just want to ask them just to make it at a minimum, minimize the mistakes you make to get you to.
Well,
and that's a good tackle there. Number 17. That is Dre Towns, who made a good tackle there on the return to keep the Ventura from finding any more daylight. So Ventura will set up 1st and 10 at their 25.
And going back to your point about the penalties, it's not just the penalties; it's the kind of penalties. You're gonna have, motion penalties. You're gonna have holding penalties every once in a while.
A false start here and there. Yeah.
It's these personal fouls.
Particularly the dead ball personal fouls.
Absolutely. Those are the kind of penalties where you are in complete control over those.
Yes.
That is just you losing focus. The Ventura takes over 1st and 10 at the 25. And looks like there was motion.
Game.
Was there delay a game?
Yes. Folders on, delay a game.
And that's a concentration penalty. So you get the feeling that the Ventura offense is a little bit rattled right now.
They may be. We talk about, particularly at this level, how momentum plays a huge factor.
And Lamonte James still in at running back. You got to wonder where Jesse Valenzuela is. Valenzuela dominated that first half. Lamonte James answering why he's out there. Bust forward for a 16-yard pickup, and it's a 1st down for Ventura.
James is doing a good job. Maybe he's giving Valenzuela a breather. Again, you give up 1 first down on the run. Okay, you know what? Reset yourself and center it on the man with the ball if you're on defense.
There's a snap, drop back to pass. He's going to hit his man in the flat, but
he escaped 2 tackles. Wow.
2 defenders over there to get him, but he was able to spin out of it. He slipped, get out of bounds with a pickup of 6.
Slipped away from was Jalen Martin.
That was Chris Reeves with the reception, a pickup of 4.
Yeah, he turned basically what would have a 2-yard loss into a 4-yard gain. Defense got a key in here.
Lamonte James still in the backfield. There's the handoff. He's going to go up the middle, and not much there. Pickup of maybe 2. Going to set up a 3rd down and 4. And once again, a big 3rd down.
See, Jonathan Perkins, last one to get up from the pile.
3rd down and 4, and this is going to be a big 3rd down. They can get this stop. The Husky offense will take over with a chance to take the lead. Lots of movement. Someone might have jumped there.
And as that ball is tipped and nearly picked off. But again, it's not going to matter because you got movement. Defense couldn't reset before. And you know what? You could say that's one of the flow of the game penalties, but that's a penalty that I think that also you can call concentration as well, because you got to know the snap. You got to be aware of where you are where you are in terms of getting close to that line of scrimmage when you're trying to jump the count or trying to throw off the offensive cadence, because offensive cadence, you can try to throw them off. They're going to try and throw you off too. And those little 5-yard penalties, especially when you got a 3rd and short and just to keep extending the drive, that can play a factor in keeping your defense on the field longer than they should be.
So it's going to be a 1st and 10 at their own 46 for Ventura. Marquez turns around, hands that ball off to James. James picks up about 3 yards to set up a 2nd down and 7.
So in Henker, the offensive lineman that came out hurt in the previous series, He's actually been carted off with a lower leg injury. He is being taped up, so there's a chance he may return. Yeah,
second down and 7 for Marquez. Drops back to pass. Looking deep down the field. He has a man. He's got him. Down inside the 10-yard line. Big pass. Big play for Ventura. That was Tim Greer with the catch.
And that's something you don't see often. The Huskies give up a big passing play. That pass, it was just good placement. And the receiver, you could argue the receiver was actually in front of the defender, of the DB, not ahead of him. So it wasn't like he got burned. It was just, not being able for the defensive back was not able to close in time for when the ball was placed in the pass. So
Marquez under center for the first time today. Turns and hands to James. James leaps over the line down to about the 5-yard line. Going to set up a 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line. And we saw the Huskies make a huge stop in this same situation early in this game and then give it away on a penalty. They need to keep Ventura out of the end zone right here.
Yeah, they do. Keep it to potentially a 6-point game. If Ventura, they can hold Ventura out of the end zone and force a field goal here. 5 yards to go, though. It gives Ventura still has plenty of options. Pitch to the outside.
And he's going to be stopped. Going to set up a 3rd down and goal from the 3. And this has been a situation. This has been an area where Ventura has struggled this year. They less than half of their red zone trips this year have resulted in touchdowns. This is an area where they do struggle, and this is a big 3rd down once again for the Huskies.
Ivory back in defensive end. He was the one that first got a hand and keep the running back from taking off once he made his cut. 3rd and goal from huge 3rd and goal here.
A 2 tight end set with a fullback, 1 wide receiver. Marquez turns, hands. James bounces off a tackle. He stood up. He's not going to get in. He's going to be pushed back a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Huge defensive stop for the Huskies to force possibly a field goal attempt right here.
I think, I see. It looks like the special teams is coming on the field here. Interesting call because you're talking about 3rd. You're talking about 3rd and maybe 4th, maybe 3.5 yards. That's a little far for a power run. Put up a power run. And, you can say, we've been able to run on the Huskies a bit. But in that situation, you're usually thinking more of a pass.
20-yard field goal attempt is up. It's good. Ventura extends their lead. It is now 27-21. But the Huskies are still only a touchdown. A touchdown will take the lead. So they are still right in this game. Great job to hold them there.
All right, so we had a tie game. Long Beach Canyons started the 4th quarter. It looks like Long Beach has taken the lead 24-17 over Cougars of College of the Canyons again. Huskies need to win this game, and they need Canyons to lose in order for them to win the National Northern League Conference Championship.
So right now, 50% of what is needed is happening. Canyons is losing. Mm-hmm. But Huskies have got to get that touchdown to jump into the lead here.
Yeah, they need to do their part. Defense recovered nicely after giving up the big pass play. Again, that pass wasn't that the receiver burned the defensive back but he caught it in front of the defensive back, and the defensive back wasn't able to close in on the pass as he caught it.
Yeah, not much the defense could do there. They played the ball well. Mm-hmm. It was just a really great catch.
Yeah.
So there's the kickoff. This one's going to go into the end zone, and they're going to take a touchback. So with 2 minutes and 17 seconds remaining here in the 3rd quarter, it is 27-21 Ventura. And the Huskies have a chance to drive down the field and take the lead here. We'll see what they do. So the Huskies were able to get that running game going on that last drive. had a really tough time with the running game in the first half, but we saw Honstetter pick up a couple of big runs on that last drive, and getting that run game going would be huge for them as they move forward in the second half. There's Honstetter, a pickup of 2, 1 yard. Going to set up a 2nd down and 9. Honstetter a little slow to get up, or that's not Honstetter, that's number 59, Israel
Ulil as injury timeout. Interesting, I'm seeing a number I haven't seen too much, and on offense is number 13, Darius Boyd, who's a 6'4" defensive lineman, being put in. Seeing he's getting a series on offense here, so. A Husky player who's hurt being helped off the field. He's holding his, looks like he's holding his left arm.
It's going to bring up a 2nd down and 9.
Is that? It looks like we got another different wide receiver out on the far side, bunched up. Jalen Hutton, number 82.
Alvarez drops back to pass, hits his man across the 35. Bridges once again. Bridges having a really good game.
Yeah, nice out pattern, sideline pattern. Put the ball right where it needed to be.
First down on the 36-yard line.
Now, one thing we saw on the previous Husky, on the last touchdown drive by the Huskies, that they were able to change up their cadence a bit and speed up their the play calling and kind of threw the Ventura off balance a bit. So
Swings that one out to Bridges. But not much there for Bridges.
Good job by Ventura.
Pickup of a yard.
Following the man with the ball. Had 4 or 5 guys swarm to the far side where Bridges was. Bridges didn't have enough space to hit the crease.
He picks up 2 yards on that play. Going to set up a 2nd down and 8. This will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter as we are under a minute. Alvarez setting up with Honstetter in the backfield. There's the snap.
Play
action. And he was looking for Zaldivar, but
looks like he's actually pretty well. It was off target, but he was also well covered.
Yeah. 21 seconds left here in the 3rd quarter.
And 13:39 left in the 4th quarter up at Santa Clarita. Long Beach leading Cougars of College of the Canyons 24-17. As Huskies will get another playoff here in this 3rd quarter with 21.6 seconds left.
So based on the time remaining in that Long Beach Canyons game, we might have a final before this game comes to a final.
Perhaps. Play action.
Alvarez trying to run with it, escapes one but can't get out of another, and he's going to be taken down at the 39 as the clock runs out on the 3rd quarter. We'll start the 4th quarter with a 4th down, and
doesn't look like that was the design. It was almost like a design run, drop back and run. Oh.
Maybe a play put into the playbook designed for Terrence Gibson. So we'll start the 4th quarter with a punt by the Huskies. They're going to have to play a little defense, and the defense is going to have to stand tall and keep Ventura off the board. We head to the 4th quarter. This game is 27-21. Ventura leading the ELAC Huskies here at Winegart Stadium on sportsnetusa.net. All right, we're about to get set on the fourth quarter of this game between Ventura and the East Los Angeles College Huskies. Ventura leads this game by a score of 27-21 here on SportsNetUSA.net. 15 minutes for the conference.
That's if the score up in Canyons holds.
Absolutely.
As Quincy Ivory, he's done a bit of everything.
Ivory back out there to punt.
Maybe not more than a bit of everything, a lot of everything now. Now he's back to punt again. You know, sometimes you just have special athletes on your team that you just got to get them in the game whenever and wherever you can. Not just at their assigned spots, but in other opportunities. So that's what's going on with Ivory here.
And once again, close to getting to that ball. Takes a bounce at the 40, going to roll to the 30. He picks it up. Not sure why he would pick that up.
Not sure.
Taken down immediately.
At the 28. Yeah, I don't understand why you would pick that ball up. You have a better chance of dropping it when it takes a bounce like that, particularly with the pressure. He didn't call a fair catch, so he's fair game. He tries to pick that ball up. So, but a decent punt, and it took a good Husky bounce. Give the defense extra room to operate here, which is what you want. Stay out of short field situations where you feel the defense feels like their back's up against the wall.
There's a snap. Drop back to pass. Lots of pressure. Gets that ball out and completed to the 30. And a tackle broken by Chris Reeves. And Chris Reeves is going to be up close to another first down.
Trey Cobra is kicking himself. He missed on that tackle. He could have kept it to maybe a 1 or 2 yard gain. Instead, gives up the first down. This is a game that, you know, Ventura has the playmakers to break one. So if you get your hands and you wrap around, you got to wrap your guys up on defense. You can't keep letting these guys escape your tackles.
There's the pitch to the outside. That's Valenzuela back in the game. He's going to pick up maybe 5 yards there. Set up a second down.
And there's a flag on the play at the end. Wonder what happened here.
Quincy Ivory signaling that it's on Ventura.
Based on where the flag came from, looks like the referee was looking at the Ventura side, maybe their backfield. Maybe a hold.
This is big. The Huskies can't afford penalties.
Albert's telling us a personal foul. Let's see what the lead referee says. Dead ball. Unsportsmanlike conduct on Ventura. Interesting.
Well, nice to see it going the other way.
Yeah, if you're the Huskies, that's great to see it go the other way. Not great, however, fourth quarter, 10:24 left. Canyons and Long Beach is tied again at 24. So that it was Canyons was up, had the lead first, and Long Beach went ahead, and Canyons keeps creeping up on them, and Long Beach keeps going ahead, and then Canyons caught up to him again. So let's see, tied 24. Huskies defense here now has a chance to really turn Ventura away.
Second down and 20.
Lots
of pressure. He's going down. No, he's got away, still on his feet, but he's going to go down. Big sack. And here's where the defense just has to walk away, and there's a flag.
And now it's 2 flags. What is going on?
And they, just as I was saying, they need to just walk away.
Because a personal foul call, Albert, that's an automatic first, right? It's a personal foul.
I think only thing they can hope for is offsetting penalties. And instead,
are they saying maybe the defenders didn't get off the player, or they didn't get off the player once they called the play dead?
So instead of a 3rd and 25, it is a first down for Ventura. That should have been a huge play right there.
You know what? You still got a lot of field to play with. Just you know what? Smarten up and focus and just focus.
And these Husky players, they cannot let their emotions get a hold of them. Make a tackle, get back into position. There's Valenzuela up the middle. Big run for Valenzuela. 15 and keep going. He keeps going. 20 yards on the carry for Valenzuela, just pulling defenders, and the ball came out. Did the ball come out? No.
The home crowd getting restless now. Not happy with the referees right now.
And Ventura players kind of egging them on. There's Valenzuela again up the middle. A pick up of 5, maybe 6 on that play. I thought that ball came out at the very end of that play.
Maybe some of the fans saw that too, and they saw that the referees missed it or refused to consider it. Maybe they just decided to call the play dead. Huskies, though, they got to get their heads back into this. Center their emotions.
2nd down and 4. Got to make a stop here. Can't let them get into field goal range. Lots of pressure. That ball's going deep. Is that picked? No, almost picked. Or did he get it?
He got it!
He came away with it!
Interception! Wow!
Huge interception. Was that Guerrero?
I believe so.
Christian Guerrero.
What a diving catch. Looks like he got his arm and hand under the ball before it hit the ground.
That was a huge play. There is a player down. I can't tell which team. 2 players down, looks like.
One's a Husky.
There's one Husky.
That's Ivory, but he's...
Ivory, 2nd time today being helped off the field, and I cannot make out who that 2nd player is.
It's like a Husky. Yeah,
it is a Husky.
Is that 19? Let me see. Is that Cater? Yeah, it's Emmanuel Cater. Emmanuel Cater was on the team before COVID, 2019-2020 team.
It looks like he's walking off under his own power.
Both players thankfully walked off under their own power. All right. So the defense giveth, but the defense taketh away. And he took that ball away on a beautiful dive and catch for an interception. Huskies now got to go to work here.
2nd turnover of the game. 1st turnover that the Huskies got, they turned into 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if they can do it again. They've got a long field in front of them, taking over on their own 9-yard line. So 91 yards to go to take the lead. Alvarez swings that one out to the outside, out across the 10 to the 15.
There's a flag. Flag flew in on the far
side. On the ground.
They're going to call a hold or illegal block or something. Well, the good news is the Huskies can't be backed up so far.
It's going to be half the distance.
It's a hold call. You hear the home faithful here. It's going to become very restless with the officiating here. Most vocal I've heard our home crowd against the referees in some time.
1st down and 14. Now, Alvarez has been getting pressured a lot this game, so he needs to make sure he doesn't take a sack in the end zone here, because that could be disastrous.
And if he's going to take off, he's got to know, he's got to see the lane. The last thing you need to get swallowed up, he's going to say a run play, smart.
Handoff up the middle, out across the 10-yard line.
And
the ball is out.
The falls loose. Nope, they ruled it down. 2nd down. Start hearing maybe some Ventura coaches to the right of us claiming that the ball might have come loose. So instead, 2nd and 9 now. Actually, a pretty good run considering where they had the ball.
So that was Sheffield with the run. He comes out. Honstetter comes back in, setting up a 2nd down and 9 to go.
We get 6 downs. We take extra 2.
We'll take it, right? There's the snap. Play action. Alvarez out to his right. Going to stop. Try and reverse course. And just gets back to about the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a 3rd down and 9.
And in a way, it was a good play design because he did fool the defense in swallowing up the running back, who was the red herring on that one. But Alvarez just didn't have enough to hit the crease find a crease on the far sideline. Got a yard.
Number 84, Nate Hidalgo, out onto the field for, I think, the first time I've seen him out on the field today.
And you know what we have not seen? Who we haven't seen come back? Quintavious Workman. He got some catches in on the first series of the second half, and since then nothing. Alvarez gets away.
Alvarez, he's got room. There's a flag.
He's gonna have to run.
Was there a flag? There
was a
flag.
flag in the backfield.
That's flag in the area of holding.
Hopefully not holding. But
and this one's coming back. That would have been a 1st down. So that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 14 to go. And with 9 minutes, 41 seconds left on the clock, not many more offensive possessions in store for the Huskies. They've got to get points when they can.
Not only that, but if they can't get the 1st down here, you look at that punting from deep in your end zone. Yes.
Alvarez,
You know he's going to run.
He dives forward, gets to
about the
close
12.
to the 12-yard line, sets up a 4th down and 9, and they're going to have to punt.
Yeah, it looks like, because he probably figured the lesser of 2 evils there, which is, I can try to drop back the pass and wait and see if I can find someone open, or I can risk being sacked in the end zone. Or, you know what, I can just run out, maybe get 5 to 8 yards. I won't get the 1st down, but at least I'll give my punting team and my punter room to boot one off. He doesn't have to, it won't have to be a short, from the handoff from the center back to the punter, it won't have to be a short distance.
Well, and you put a little faith in the defense. The defense has only allowed 3 points here in the second half.
Yep, and that's a spinning kick, which is fielded at the 36. Fell over for a yard, so it looks like a takeover at the Husky 35. So not a great punt, but again, the Huskies were not in a great position to begin with, being backed up so deep in their own territory.
Excellent field position here.
Oh, excellent.
For Ventura.
And really, you're really looking at the 8:24 left in this game. Huskies now only have 35 yards of field to work with on defense. You're looking at probably the moment of the game, the series of the game.
Lots of pressure on that. Was able to get it away, complete out to Tate. Kevin Tate takes that one down to the 30-yard line to pick up a 5. Not a lot of wiggle room here.
McDaniels is on the hit. No, not a lot of wiggle room. If you get your hands on a guy, you got to wrap up and bring him down. Huskies have had some trouble doing that in this second half.
So any points here would be kind of disastrous.
And there's a flag. Are we going to have a delay of game? Oh, false
start. Ventura's kicker, L.J. Harm, career-long 39-yard field goal. He got that earlier today. So they need to get down to about the 23-yard line to be in L.J. Harm field goal range.
So that's about
12 more yards.
Yeah, so at least a 1st down and then some. Not going to get it there. Good
nice
gang tackle there by the Huskies. That was.
Ray Walters with the tackle on that one, coming up from the defensive backfield.
Well, it's good to see a defensive backs be able to wrap up and make good tackles, particularly on running backs.
3rd down and 8. Big play right here.
Ventura may be thinking about 4-down territory if they don't convert here. Huskies, you got to think about maybe not stopping him once, but maybe twice.
Be a tough call. Depends on what they get right here. I mean, if they're left with a 4th and 8, 4th and 9, that might be a tough call to make. They might want to just pin them back. There's the swing out. Deflected by Quincy Ivory.
Incomplete.
Pass is incomplete. It's going to set up a 4th down and 9, and a big decision right here. Do you try and punt and pin them deep, or do you take the chance?
Does Ventura have the type of punter that can pin deep, that can pin a team deep? I want to say that pass deflection was almost made thanks in part to a bobbled snap by the quarterback there. They gave Ivory just the extra half a second to be able to get his hands up in the air. And Ventura's going for it, 4th and 8 here.
Big 4th down.
And he caught it, but he
did
short,
not get it.
He was short.
It was close to a 1st down, but he's a good yard short.
Yeah, he's a good yard short. It's a good job by the defense. Even though they gave up the catch, they didn't let him get the extra half a yard he would have needed. So, again, defense holds again. They played much better in this half.
Absolutely. Here. That was a big stop, because not only did they make the stop there, but they didn't get pinned back deep. They had the ball their last possession inside their own 10-yard line. Now they're out there at the 26-yard line. Still a long way to go to get a touchdown and take the lead, but a little bit more breathing room. 6 minutes, 33 seconds left in this game.
Like you said, they do start out a little further out than they did in their last series.
There's the handoff to Honstetter. He's out around the outside to the 40, the 45-yard line. Big play.
Big run there by Honstetter. 7:20 left in the 4th quarter. Long Beach and Canyons are still knotted at 24.
So it looks like both of these games are coming down to the wire. 45-yard line, 1st and 10. There's another handoff to Honstetter. He bounces to the outside, picks up 4 yards, going to set up a 2nd down and 6. Huskies looking to move across midfield. Honstetter coming off. Sheffield coming in. And this is a huge drive. There's under 6 minutes left in this game. You have maybe one more possession after this.
Play action.
Alvarez going deep.
Good catch. Wow.
He hits Bridges. Out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
What concentration, what adjustment, spot adjustment. He was about to run out, but he saw where the ball was. He stopped himself just enough, just short of the sideline to catch the ball, get 1 foot in, and then go out. So good recognition, good body control there by Bridges.
Absolutely. In fact, I think he got 2 feet in. That was an NFL catch.
Oh, sweet, even better.
Not that he needed 2 feet, but hey, let's celebrate him. Alvarez keeps, and he was laid out by number 41.
Meanwhile, 3:10.
Angelo Jewell.
Meanwhile, 3:10 left in the 4th quarter. Long Beach and Canyons are tied at 24. Canyons has the ball, but it's a 4th and 5.
So both of these games coming right down to the wire. 2nd down and 11 for the Huskies. Clock ticking down. We're down to 4.5 minutes. Alvarez takes the snap, drops back to pass. He's got lots of room. Out across the 30 to the 25. He's going to step out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Alvarez looking like Terrence Gibson out there.
Maybe someone told him at half. You know, the commenters are saying that you don't have the same speed as Gibson. He's like, you know what? Let me show you something.
Down to close to 4 minutes left.
And the Huskies now starting to threaten here. 1st and 10 from their 24. Still, we got a timeout up at Canyons. Score tied at 24 with Long Beach and College of the Canyons. Canyons has the ball, but they got a 4th and 5. Looks like they might be outside of field goal range. Interesting to see what they're going to do.
Alvarez drops back to pass. He's going to run with this one again. Out across the 20 to the 19.
Made a nice cut back to get it inside to get it 2 or 3 yards.
And the Huskies kind of running the clock here. It kind of feels like they're placing everything on this drive, saying we're going to score and we're not going to give Ventura time to come back and get something.
Wow! Canyons converted on a 4th and 5 throw and catch all the way into the end zone for the touchdown. Canyons are now up 30 to 24, converted on a 4th and 5.
Alvarez going to get this one to the outside. That pass is caught, brought down to the 8 or 20-yard line. Sheffield with the catch.
Man, how did Long Beach
Or was
leave
that
the middle of the
Washington?
field all wide open?
Big third down here, 3rd down and 6. And this is definitely 4-down territory.
Yeah, you would probably
2.5 minutes.
Yeah, this third So you thought that the Canyons game would finish first, but now I'm not so sure. They got 2:31 left, and we've got 2:17 left. Drops back
Alvarez
to pass.
drops back to pass. He's got some good blocking. Gets that ball downfield and incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down.
Looking for Bridges, of course.
And this 4th down could be for the game. Now they still have all 3 of their timeouts, so if they don't convert, the defense can still make a stop. But they're going to be hard pressed if they don't convert here.
Canyons made the extra point, so it's now 31-24 with 2:24 left. Crowd getting hyped, trying to get behind the Huskies. They need this 4th down conversion, 4th and 7.
Alvarez, Honstetter in the backfield, and they're going to call a timeout. And you do not like to see that with this little time left. One thing that they had, if they didn't convert this, was they had all 3 of their timeouts. Now they're only going to have 2 timeouts left. So if they don't convert here and the defense does make a stop, they're not going to get the ball back with very much time.
Maybe, this would be a 37-yard field goal, probably stretching the limit of our kicker there.
We saw Ethan Rodriguez come up short from about this distance earlier. So I don't know. You take that chance. I feel like you've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Yeah, I think they do. And if you're Alvarez, you got to, you're asking a lot of a freshman quarterback, but you got to make the right read here. You got to think pass. You got to make all your reads, and
so number 7,
got to think
Trajan Bridges
before you
out.
take off.
Trajan Bridges set up off to the left side. Got to be someone that you're looking for, and this is going to be actually Ivory taking the snap. Ivory finds a man and he overthrew him. Kalani Washington wide open on the goal line. And the pass just sailed.
Right, just over his head.
There was no one within 5 yards of Washington.
So now, can your defense give you a 3 and out?
Bottom line, they need a 3 and out.
They got to get a 3 and out.
A first down for Ventura, and this game is over. 2 minutes on the clock. Ventura up 27-21. Man, I thought that was it. There's the handoff to Valenzuela. Out around the outside. Does not pick up the first down, but picks up 8 yards.
And that's the thing that's got to worry you right now if you're the Huskies is you got a electric runner in Valenzuela who the Huskies have had a hard time bringing down to the ground. If you're Ventura, you like your chances giving him the ball 3 times to get you 10 yards. You just got your 9 there. 1:39 left in the fourth quarter up at 6 flags, basically. Canyons is leading late on Long Beach, 31-24. Although if the Huskies don't find a way to stop this first down from happening, it may be all for moot.
This is it. They've got a defensive line has got to stand strong. I mean, at this point, you sell out on the run. They're not going to put the ball in the air.
No. And Canyons just sacked Long Beach. And they got the fumble in the ball.
Oh!
Wow!
My goodness! That play blown up in the backfield. What a tackle by Jonathan Perkins. Just came flying like shot out of a cannon.
That was an all or nothing tackle. Wow.
If they come back and win this game, you're going to point to that play right there.
You're going to put a star and a circle around that.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, talk about the tackle you need the most when you needed it the most, huh?
So that the Huskies take their final timeout. So if they get this stop, Ventura's going to be able to run the clock all the way down to about a minute before punting.
Unfortunately, it doesn't even if the. I mean, you want the Huskies to win the game first and foremost. Let's state that. But unfortunately, up in Canyons, up in Santa Clarita, Canyons has the ball up 7. They got a strip sack, forced fumble on Long Beach. Gives Canyons the ball deep in Long Beach territory, and Canyons has the ball up 7. 3rd and 5. Big third down here for the Huskies. Can they get one more stop?
And they jumped.
Oh, yeah, they jumped. Ventura jumped. Ventura was going to try and say that maybe they got pushed. They got pulled off.
Are they going to say?
Oh, no, they're going to call off. Dead ball. They'll call offside.
Neutral zone infraction. Is that enough for the first down? That's the question. And that's it. First down. And Ventura's going to be able to take a knee. Huskies cannot stop the clock now. Sammy Marquez takes a knee. He's going to do that 2 more times. And then time is going to run out. So when you look back on this game, penalties are going to be the thing that you remember.
And at the wrong time, too. Offside penalties at the wrong wrong time.
That's three times in this game the Huskies have given a first down on 3rd down based on a penalty. 3 times. Just back-breaking penalties.
So now you're thinking, okay, Huskies, they're going to finish 5-5 on the regular season. You're hoping that with their resume of opponents now, because now that the conference title's out of the picture for them, unfortunately, you're hoping that they can qualify for a bowl game. It's going to be a letdown for these players, but you know what? If you get one more game to play in 2 weeks, you still have a bowl game. You still have a bowl championship to aspire for. Not what you wanted, but you know what? it's still a postseason appearance, a potential postseason appearance. So the clock runs down on this one, and Ventura. I believe this will give Ventura the conference title.
So the clock is about to hit triple zeros. Ventura is going to take this game 27-21, and you can't help but wonder these last 3 games without Gibson. They went 1-2 in those games. How different would things have been if they had Terrence Gibson for those 3 games?
Well, you look at this game and see how different it could have been. What the differences could have been. Being that he's the type of guy with his speed, with the running lanes that. And listen, not to take anything away from Frank Alvarez. He did a fine job.
Yeah.
But some of those 8, 9, 10-yard runs that Alvarez had tonight, that's the type of opportunity that a Gibson can hit you with a 40-yard break and get you and basically break one for a touchdown. So the Huskies didn't have that. They didn't have Contavious working for most of the game. They got him in the third quarter, and they tried to clear him, and they cleared him. But I guess he just didn't have it in him to finish out the game, which sucks because you had a. He gave Alvarez a big target to throw to, and they could have used him then on that last series when they brought in Quincy Ivory. Interesting call to bring in Ivory on a 4th down throw. Someone who hasn't played a lot of quarterback, who's played mostly defense, hasn't played a lot of quarterback this year. So you're asking your guy who you converted from quarterback to defensive lineman to make a big money throw for you. Now, he's came up as a quarterback. He was a quarterback in high school, so you say he has the ability, but interesting to see that you dial up that play and that call. And Ivory, it's just the wide receiver was open. He just threw it over his head.
Just the seventh pass Ivory has thrown this season. So, yeah, I understand taking a chance there, but wow. Frank Alvarez for the game, 25 of 38, 295 yards and a touchdown. Played a great game.
Excellent game. I don't think you could ask any more of him.
And he also had 40 yards rushing. You know, he did everything that you could ask of him. You can't ask him to go out there and be Terrence Gibson. You can't ask that of a player.
But you know what? But I think saying that takes away from the fact that his performance was good enough to win this game.
Absolutely.
It's well more than good enough to win this game. You got to talk about first give Ventura credit for the playmakers that they have. You probably if you had a game MVP, you got to give it to Jesse Valenzuela.
Absolutely. 13 carries, 140 yards and a touchdown.
So
that big punt return.
He had a big punt return. 13 carries, so just 140 yards.
10.7 yards per carry.
Insane. And unfortunately, this year, it wasn't about the passing. The Huskies had great pass defense, but up until recently, their run defense was a bit suspect, especially against good runners, good running backs, and it just came back to bite them in this one with Valenzuela. And you also hate to see a team celebrate a title on your field. And there's a lot of freshmen on this Huskies squad, and you hope that one of the things that the coaching squad gets into them is that because of this loss and because of this game, and mostly because of all the penalties that gave up the yardage, especially the yardage at the bad time, extending plays for Ventura. Now you got to watch Ventura celebrate on your own field. How does that make you feel?
And you look at the game. The Huskies had more first downs. They had more yards. They had more turnovers forced. They had better time of possession, but they had 13 penalties for 125 yards, and they were 1 of 4. They converted 1 time in 4 red zone trips. Those two things, those penalties and not being able to convert in the red zone, those two things did them in. I do have to say, amazing game by Trajan Bridges, 10 catches, 163 yards and a touchdown.
Excellent game.
They played well enough to win. They just made some really, really bad decisions when it came to penalties.
Yeah, lost their cool at the least opportune times, and there's the message here. Listen, you keep You keep being immature in terms of not abiding by the rules of the game in a sense. You keep letting your emotions get the best of you. It's going to come back and bite you, and you know what. And I think you can put this game, a circle around this game as the game in which penalties costed you the game.
Absolutely.
The game, the game that you needed the most, penalties came because lack of discipline. Penalties cost you the game, and now you have to watch the opponent celebrate conference title on your home field.
All right, so I think that we can go ahead and
Yeah,
wrap
we
this
can wrap
game
this
up.
one up. We won't know. Huskies finished the season 5-5 overall, 2-3 in conference. Looks like Canyons is also going to win. Canyons won their game. Let me just check the final score here before we go off air. Yep. So it is a final score. Canyons defeated Long Beach 31-24. So, I mean, obviously you could forget about the conference title, but in terms of a bowl bid, now you're wondering if the Huskies have two teams that have to hold the tiebreaker over them for bowl bids with similar records. Now, will the Huskies be able to get a bowl?
That's it, yeah, because now at this
Canyons
point,
had the tiebreaker over them, and Allen Hancock had the tiebreaker over them due to both teams beating the Huskies, and those teams both won.
yeah, and they finished fourth in the conference. So a bowl game is definitely a mystery at this point. Hopefully they get it, but it's going to be really a question of how much do their earlier wins in the season kind of bolster them when it comes time for that. All right, so we're going to go ahead and sign off today's game. Ventura takes this game by a score of 27-21. So for Cerwin Haynes and for our board operator, Albert Robles, my name is Matt Rogers. Thank you so much for joining us here on SportsNetUSA.net. It's great working with you. Hopefully we'll be back with a bowl game. We'll keep you up to date. So hopefully we'll be back and we'll see a bowl game.
And a selfish plug here for ELAC basketball. Men's and women's basketball started their season this weekend. Men's and women's basketball have a long history of success of playoff appearances. Of course, everyone knows about the men's basketball program thanks to Last Chance U, which, by the way, will have their new season coming out next month on December 13th, featuring your ELAC men's basketball team. Men's basketball begun their season this past weekend in a tournament. They have an early season home game next Friday. They're going to be hosting Santa Monica. First time in about 5 years, I believe, that the Huskies are having a home game in November. So that's next Friday at 5 p.m. here at the E-Arena, as one Dan Gudino likes to call it. 5 p.m. Tickets will be $5 a piece, and hope to see you guys come out, show your support for basketball the same way you show your support for football. And as always, I always say on all social media networks and everything like that, I always say thank you for those who have watched, tuned in, listened, check out social media feeds and everything. Thank you all for your support for Huskies athletics and supporting our young men and women, our student athletes. And thank you again, Matt. And good night, and go Huskies.